What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction today. We haven't reacted to a Jimmy High Roller video in a long time, so we're back, and he just uploaded as soon as I went onto YouTube. This has got 4,000 views, bro. This was uploaded 10 seconds ago. We are watching When Trash Talking Goes Horribly Wrong. The thumbnail, we had Devin Booker, and we had Luka smiling at him. If you don't know, recently in the playoffs, the Suns fumbled again because they're trash. And the Mavs came back from 3-2 to win 4-3, Game 7. Yeah, if you know, you know. Cool. Enough of talking. Let's watch this. Booker mocking Luka.
This clip will go down in the Basketball Trash Talking Hall of Fame. Not
True.
because Devin Booker's trash talking worked, not because he actually backed it up or anything, but because of the absolute obliteration that was to follow. Devin Booker did not know it at the time, but this is where it all ended. A video taken moments before disaster. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning, been creating videos and with an explore. Click the link.
You're welcome.
This is the
How
text
the
my
Suns
brother
only
sent me just
27
moments
points
before
time.
witnessing the biggest playoff basketball monstrosity I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't believe him, so I had to tune into the game myself. And sure enough, there it was.
Whoa, I knew it was bad, but it was this bad. They were 50 points down in the third quarter, bro. I didn't even know that. I knew they were down by like 20.
In what world is this even possible? A record-breaking 64-win Suns team, fully healthy, is getting dog-walked in a Game 7 with their season on the line. Okay, well, I wasn't able to watch the first half, so I'm assuming those measly 27 points had to have come from Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I mean, there's no way they just didn't score. Huh. So, after all that trash talking, all that hooping and hollering, after going up 2-0 in the series, this was the best the Suns had to offer? A couple weeks ago, I made a video about how the Nets, and specifically Kevin Durant, had one of the worst playoff meltdowns in recent history.
Oh.
But, we got a new contender. Of all the players in this year's
That might be
playoffs,
number one.
Chris Paul had possibly more to prove than anyone else. After a career of bad luck and, quite frankly, bad playoff performances, NBA fans were eager to see if he could lead his team to the NBA Finals again and redeem himself for their collapse last season.
Again? When was he in the NBA Finals? It might be talking about like the conference finals. When was he in the NBA Finals? It was, well, it wasn't with the Clippers, I know that. It wasn't with the Rockets. It wasn't with the Hornets. I'm guessing he's talking about last season when they went to the finals against the Bucks.
But at this point, we should have known better. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Lose an NBA record 7 consecutive Game 7s, and shame on everyone. Why am I even watching at
games?
this point? But it's one thing for Chris Paul to fall apart in a Game 7. For one reason or another, he's been doing it his entire career. But the entire Suns roster, how does the 1 seed, the best regular season team in the NBA, fall apart this badly with their season on the line? In the first half of Game 7 against the Mavericks, the Suns' starting 5 combined for 15 points on 29 shots. Luka Doncic.
They went 5 for 29. I promise you, if I put up 29 shots in a game, I will make at least 20 of those shots. Like, real life videos coming soon as well. I was gonna say, go sub to my main channel, Doozy V. I'm not even gonna say go link description, check this. Type in Doozy V and then that will be my main channel, okay? It's basically the same thing. Go sub to that. Real life videos coming soon.
Doncic by himself had 27 points on
That's what I'd be saying. I'm not saying I'm better than Luka, but come on, that's more like yeah.
12 shots. Chris Paul and Devin Booker combined for a whopping 3 points in the first half. 3 points. Even worse,
Probably free throws
those
as well.
3 points came from the foul line. Neither of them made
Told
a
you.
single shot. By the end of the game, the Suns starting five mustered up just 37 points in 143 minutes on the court. Luka put up 35 points in just 30 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen an NBA game in my entire life that was over halfway through the second quarter. The only reason why Luka didn't drop a 50-point triple-double on
He wasn't playing
was because the man was on the bench by the third quarter, prepping for the Warriors in the next round. In this series featuring the Suns and the Mavericks, Luka had more points than pure scorer Devin Booker, had more assists than league-leading assist man Chris Paul, had more rebounds than 7-foot center DeAndre Jordan, and had more steals than Defensive Player of the Year runner-up Mikal Bridges.
That's some crazy stats when you look at that. Is what he's trying to say Luka was robbed of MVP? Is that what he's trying to say? Bro, he sweeps in these stats as well. He's got like 60 more points than Booker. Way more rebounds and way more steals and assists.
The man beat the Suns so bad, the franchise had to write an apology letter to their fans. Devin Booker spent the 2022 NBA season building a solid MVP campaign, having the best season of his career. And yet, somehow, when it mattered most, Booker put together the worst playoff game of his entire career. The man didn't even put up a fight. It's like there's no fire in him. He's not rising up in these big games. And this big game mentality is what separates guys like Luka and Giannis from others. Sure, these guys are vastly more talented than their peers, and that definitely helps. But just as valuable as their skill set and physical tools is their will to win. Luka Doncic would rather die trying than lose a game 7 like this. The man won't back down to anyone, and he has the game to back it up. I mean, seriously, is there anything better in sports than a superstar who plays better under pressure? A player that can take the trash talk, spit it right back.
LeBron. He's talking about Le GOAT.
And make you regret it. Luka said it best after their Game 5 loss against the Suns. Do you know how confident you have to be to say this out loud after going down 2-3 in the playoffs? This killer mentality, almost like a basketball hitman, taking names and seeking revenge, is something you are either born with or you aren't. Players like Luka, Giannis, Jimmy Butler, Ja Morant are all cut from the same cloth as guys like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Larry Bird.
Where's LeBron?
There is no end to what they will do to win. It's almost psychotic at times. Not every night will be some monumental performance, but you can guarantee that they'll go down swinging. We often wonder why some players, although extremely talented, seem to never step up to the plate when all the chips are on the table. While some players rise to the challenge and love every moment of it, others shrink under the mounting pressure of these career-defining moments. It's intangible and immeasurable, but it's there. And the thing about guys who don't have it is that they tend to underestimate the guys who do have it. In the 90s, NBA players were legitimately scared to trash talk Michael Jordan. I mean, they already knew that there was a slim chance he wasn't going to dismantle them. But at least if they kept quiet, Michael might just spare them from embarrassments in front of friends and family. Everybody's tough when they're up. And wouldn't you know it, come Game 7 when the Mavericks were up, Devin Booker was quietly sitting on the bench with not a single word to say. Which really makes you wonder if Devin Booker is cut from not the same cloth as the Kobe Bryants of the NBA world, but from the same cloth as the Chris Paul.
The thing is, I never understood these Kobe Booker comparisons. Like, honestly, it's disrespectful. Disrespectful to compare Booker to Kobe, in my opinion. Like, please. He's still got a long way to go before you can start making comparisons like, oh, well, they both have similar play styles, you know. There's other players you can compare them to. You know, Booker's more like a, I don't know. I don't even know, actually. But yeah, someone else, not Kobe.
Of the NBA. There's nothing wrong with that. CP is one of the greatest point guards of all time. But if you're relying on him to close out a game...
Well, not yet. Not yet, anyway.
With everything on the line, you might be in some trouble. Patrick Beverley has been on a Chris Paul slander campaign for the last few days, and whether it's true or not, he spoke about how NBA teams aren't all that worried about facing Chris Paul.
CP3, is he going to be a Hall of Famer? No question about it.
Yeah.
Right? No question about it. Do guys in the NBA go to sleep early the night before playing the Phoenix Suns? Hell no. No.
You mean as a team, or would you talk about Chris Paul individually?
Chris Paul individual.
Okay.
No. I'm going to Steak 44 over there in Phoenix. I'm going to have me a nice little wine, probably sweat it out, and the pregame shoot around and get ready for Chris Paul. Steph Curry, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. Mom, don't call me. My girl, don't call me. I'm locked in right now. It's two different monsters. That's all.
And although that's really rich coming from a guy who spent the last 8 years getting spanked by Chris Paul, I think there's probably a lot of truth to what he's saying. Chris Paul just doesn't have that hitman mentality that other greats have, and Devin Booker may not have it either. This whole Game 7 collapse, and even going back to last year's finals, reminded me of that clip from a couple years ago where Devin Booker was complaining about getting double teamed at an open gym. Instead of embracing the challenge, he became frustrated with it. Instead of welcoming the double team to enhance his game, he complained about it. Some fans often say Devin Booker is the closest thing to Kobe Bryant in today's NBA. But don't get it twisted, because you want to know what Kobe Bryant said when he was getting double teamed?
Was people double teaming you during pickup?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And what do you think about? Like,
Say you gotta send another one.
There you go. Difference in mentality right there. Don't ever compare the two. Kobe is so clear. Don't mention their names in the same sentence, bro.
Yeah, you gotta send another one, man.
straight fuck.
I don't care how talented a player is. If he doesn't have a cutthroat, get out of the way, I got this
I just realized I've been drinking out of an empty cup for the past 5 minutes, bro.
mentality to his
Crazy.
game, he will only get so far. Two superstars don't just happen to score 3 combined points in the first half of their biggest game of the season. It's one thing to get out to a slow start, but this is the result of a player who lives and thrives off of big moments, having a field day with 2 players that can't help but to freeze up in big moments. Either you have it or you don't. Some players lack it, some players are honing it, and some players are made of it. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
What do you guys think? Opinions, thoughts, comment down below. Who do you think's gonna win the NBA Finals? I personally got I think if the Mavs beat the Warriors and they go to the finals, they win. But if the Warriors beat the Mavs, they're gonna end up winning. So either way, the Western Conference is winning because Giannis isn't there. Apart from that, subscribe to my main channel, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.